Hello, hello. All right, we have returned, and we have just shipwrecked out front of Mordack's castle. We see a nice fish here, which let's snag that.
Ugh, a dead fish. Oh, maybe I can use it.
Good work, Graham. And I don't believe we can take any piece of the boat. It's all just here. This looks like a path you can walk down, but you can't. It's just trickery. This you can actually walk off the edge of very easily, like a number of other locations in the game, which is kind of annoying, but whatever.
Ooh, I don't like this place. It's creepy.
If we try to walk in between these two stone snakes, we will be fried, unless we can find a way to reflect the magic back. Handy little tool. All right. So again, if we had not gotten that, what happens if we try to just walk in the front door? I don't want to find out.
Well, it looks like there's no way in. Let's turn back.
Come on, Cedric.
Oh, poor Cedric. Yeah, if we had not gotten the crystal from the Yeti cave, we would be in a dead game state. So, front door probably isn't the safest choice, so let's swing around back.
See? Get in. Let's go back now.
No, I'll figure this out.
So... Oops.
Graham notices a rusted grate embedded into a stone platform next to Mordack's castle.
This grate here, maybe we can just lift it up, jump in.
Graham tugs hard on the grate, but soon finds it's rusted in place and can't be budged.
Alright, maybe if brute strength won't work, perhaps the proper application of leverage will do us some good. While I'm in here, let's just take a look at this.
It is a lovely golden locket on a delicate chain. Upon opening the locket, Graham sees a portrait of an older couple in regal attire. So as not to damage the picture, he quickly closes it again.
Alright. Just so we're, we know that that's there. But we could take this rod that we found on the beach, see if we can't apply some leverage. There we go. Alright. Now let's head down into Mordack's castle.
Ooh, you're crazy to go down into that dark hole. You don't know what's down there.
Well, do you have any better ideas?
No, mind if I wait for you here?
No, that's a good idea, Cedric. You be the lookout out here.
Yes. I'll be the lookout. Ooh, be careful, Graham.
Strong work, Cedric. Alright, so this whole area down here is just a maze, which, if you want to do this the right way, then I would just be making a map as you go through. The difficult part about it is that your orientation changes as you walk through the different rooms, which can get confusing as you're trying to map it out. I have everything written down on my map over here, so I'll just be looking at that as I go. But there's two things that you want to do. The first is find a creature down here who has an item that you need to get out. And then the second thing you want to do is find the exit. You can just wander around aimlessly. It's not that big of a maze, and there really aren't any dangers down here, so you don't have to worry about anything. Other than these guys, which are both dangerous and not dangerous. This certainly is not an easy puzzle to sort of just know what to do, but these guys like pounding things, and the music is a little bit of a hint. He likes to play with the tambourine. What's this? Seems to have dropped something.
Graham reaches down and grabs the hairpin off the labyrinth floor.
Hairpin, huh? What am I gonna do with a hairpin? Ooh, a door. Let's get out.
Graham tries to open the wooden door, but to no avail as it's securely locked.
Uh-oh. Okay. So, this door is locked. But perhaps we can use this hairpin, like in Quest for Glory 2.
Graham inserts the hairpin into the door's large keyhole and discovers, to his amazement, that it fits perfectly. Turning it ever so gently, he soon hears a soft click, and the door is unlocked.
Who would have thought that King Graham was actually part of the thief class? We'll put him for a warrior. Maybe a paladin. Another easy thing to miss is it's not really a different color. Usually things are a different color to make them pop out.
Graham's eyes fall upon a bag of dried peas.
Of course, of all the things in here, what could be more useful than
Reaching
peas?
into the open cupboard, Graham retrieves the bag of dried peas.
Alright, let's head in here. Ah, nice young lady.
A lovely young girl with long black hair, olive skin, and flashing green eyes laboriously scrubs the cold stone floor. Though wearing rags, her beauty nevertheless shines through.
Let's see if we can talk to her.
Don't come near me! Leave me alone!
I
Okay.
would never hurt you. I'd like to help you.
I don't believe you! You're probably one of them!
I'm not. Believe me.
Just go away! Please! I don't want to talk to you anymore!
She seems like she's had better days. So, if we want her to be our friend, we need a way to make her trust us. And the way to do that is actually with this locket that we were lucky enough to think to grab while we were trapped in the bird's nest.
Warning.
Yes,
This
we will
cartoon
watch
contains
it.
Wherever did you find my gold locket? I thought it was gone for good. I lost it on the island just after I was brought here by Mordack.
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you. But tell me, who are you, and how did you come to be here?
My name is Princess Cosima, from the Kingdom of the Green Isles. My father, the king, employs a horrible vizier who befriended Mordack. When Mordack saw me, he immediately wished to marry me and bring me here. Naturally, I refused, and my father agreed with me. But our refusal angered him so much that he sold me here anyway and put me to work as a scullery girl. He says he will never let me go, that a scullery girl I will remain until I agree to marry him. But the thought revolts me. What am I to do?
Don't worry, I'm here to save my family from the evil wizard. He's got them here someplace, imprisoned inside a glass bottle. If I can manage to rescue them, then of course I wouldn't forget you either.
I know the glass bottle you're talking about. It's in Mordack's laboratory upstairs.
Keep quiet about my presence. I think this will be the most difficult part of my journey. I may not survive it.
I would never give you away, and I will help you in any way I can, kind sir.
An awful lot of people are trying to marry Cosima. Alright, so this part is pretty annoying, quite frankly. We need to draw out the blue beast, which probably has a real name, but I don't know what it is, and intentionally be captured by it. And you can sort of go through some of the other rooms in the castle, and eventually you'll run into it as well, but if you go through those other rooms, you may also run into the cat Mananan, which will lead to you being captured, which is generally considered to be a negative. So, the key is just to pop in and out of this room. Sometimes I'll go into this room just once just to try and get things moving. I don't know if it actually changes anything, but... It will happen eventually. If I were better at video editing, I would just find a way to fast forward this part or do something fun with it, but I'm not. And I don't know how to do it. Maybe someday. Alright. Give it a couple more tries, and then I may just... Oh, there we go. Oh no! He's a remarkably powerful beast. A lot of tricks up his sleeve. Alright. So we get a quick view of this mouse going through this hole.
Graham can see a small, moldy piece of cheese just inside the mouse hole.
Somehow you were supposed to know that that cheese is extremely important, so we grab this fish hook that we were lucky enough to think to grab on the Harpy Island. 'Cause that's the only way we
There,
can reach it.
got it. The fish hook did the trick in retrieving the piece of cheese from the mouse hole.
And again, I believe if we leave this room without having grabbed that, you enter an dead game state.
Hello.
What? Oh, Princess Cosima, where did you come from?
From the labyrinth. I spend a lot of time down here, you know, with my friends.
Friends?
Yes, like Fink and Sam. I don't know if you ever saw Sam or not. Anyway, I found this blue stone once that led here, to this cell. Now come on, you'd better get out of here.
And a blue stone that led to the cell. I don't know what that's supposed to be a reference to or mean. Maybe it's something to do with the blue monster. I don't know. But we can just follow Cosima out. She will not be able to save us again, though. And if you had not met her and befriended her by showing her the locket, it would have been game over. Luckily, it is not too far back, but okay. Alright, so we are back. And I will save again here, just because dealing with the little blue beastie can be more difficult than I think you'd expect. Moves very quickly. You have to time things pretty well. If you get too far into the rope, it actually becomes even more difficult, so you gotta be a little bit careful about advancing too quickly. Okay. And again, as annoying as this is by far the safer way of doing this than trying to go through the rest of the house. Though it can work. It'll always come from this side, as far as I know. I've never seen it come from the left. As the organ creepily watches us. So our goal in trying to draw out this blue beast is not to be captured again, but this time to try to take the beast out. I've actually never tried, but I assume if you take the beast out before he captures you, you can't get the cheese, and then, again, you lose. Let's do our best. Do it.
Too late.
Oh, son of a... Alright. And that's why we saved there. And why I said that you need to be careful about not going too far forward. That's on me. I don't know what happens if you just stand there, if eventually it'll come. Might be worth testing sometime, but I won't do it on here. 90% of this video is just going to be me walking in and out of this room. I don't know if there's any type of like countdown or timer or anything, but just in case, get us a little bit closer. Save it every 2 times, which may be pointless, but why not? Don't really lose much of anything. Come on. Don't you want to be my friend? We both wear blue. That's nice. We have something in common. This is frustrating. If he does not come this time, I'm going to pause until he appears. Alright. Pause, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I think we're in a decent... Actually, I'm going to slow it down. I think we're in a decent position and should be able to get this successfully here. There we go. So we throw some dried peas on the ground and that destroys this interdimensional monstrous beast, I guess. Makes sense, right? Alright, so let's turn our speed back up. And actually, because I don't want to deal with that again, we'll save it there. And the next threat we want to deal with is the cat Mananan. Usually the second time you walk on that screen, he's there. Not always, but often. And we'll just walk back and forth here. Should be easy enough. And there's the cat. So we could just try to capture him, but I think it's better if we distract him first. So, throw him a fish, and then let's see if we can catch him in this sack. Catch him in this sack.
Don't bother the cat with that.
Maybe I just missed. There we go. Remember, it's not a real cat, so it's okay. Also, it'd be fine if it was a real cat, too. Alright, so 2 out of 3 down. The only thing left is to deal with Mordack himself, who will sometimes pop in on you randomly, but let's cut in here. Really, I want to go the other way, but I want to take a look at this first. And
Tears come to Graham's eyes as he sees his beloved family and castle held captive inside a large glass bottle.
I think we can talk to him. No? Try to grab it.
Looking at his frantically waving family inside their glass prison causes Graham's heart to break as he realizes his current inability to save them from their terrible predicament.
All right. Well, let's carry on then. Now, how to truly figure out this next part, I don't know if there's something in the... So this is Mordack's bedroom, but we're actually going to come and hide down here in his study,
A
library.
large tome lying open upon a corner desk attracts Graham's curiosity. This looks interesting. Graham wonders what the symbols mean.
All right, so it looked like... Look again.
Numerous books of various scholarly subjects lie scattered atop a nearby table. The strange symbols have been burned into Graham's memory,
Okay.
and there is no need to look at them again. Perhaps they'll be of use later. Many books and scrolls line the shelves of Mordack's library. As Graham looks them over, however, he finds them mostly unintelligible.
All right, so, yeah, I don't know exactly how we're supposed to figure out this next part. I don't know if there's something like in the, initial guidebook, kind of a copyright thing where they have some information that should help you figure out how you're supposed to do what you have to do. But I don't know of anything in-game, like a book or some kind of instruction that explains it to you. Either way, what we want to do right now first is just kind of hang out here until our good friend Mordack comes in to take a nap. Which hopefully will not take too long. It usually doesn't take very long at this point. I'm actually starting to wonder if I forgot something, which I don't believe I did. Pretty sure that I grabbed everything. We got the spell book now. We just have to wait. We got the cheese. There we go. Well, it took much longer than I would have expected. Okay, so we shouldn't wake him up, but we can see that he has left his wand lying here. And when we go in our inventory, we see his is all powerful, and ours is still pretty dead. So maybe we can do something about that. And there's this big machine up here. What we want to do, hopefully I do these in the right order, is throw Mordack's wand on one side and Crispin's wand on the other. And then, for no reason that I know, this is what I was talking about where I was saying, I don't know, maybe it's in a guidebook or something, we throw the cheese into the machine.
Graham tosses the moldy cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid.
That was an extensive animation.
Mordack's wand now barely glows. Perhaps its power has weakened, while Crispin's old wand now appears completely energized.
Perhaps that is what has happened. So we pick up the wand, and then...
What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine.
It's a rather imposing looking figure. He summons his wand to him.
I've heard from Crispin.
Ugh, Cedric, no!
What the? What have you done to my wand? You think you can outwit me, little man? Ha! Let me show you a thing or two.
I do think that. Alright, so pretty much all we use for the rest of the game is the wand. And we have all these fun transformation spells now. So I think it's a mongoose, a rabbit, a storm, and a tiger. So we're gonna turn into a tiger, hopefully. There we go. Because everyone knows that tigers
Why, you
fight
little...
flying lizards. Now he turns into a giant dragon. So we can't do anything to become big enough to fight him, but perhaps we can get small enough to dodge.
You think you're so smart, don't you? Well, I've got you now.
So if we're too fast, then he will become faster. But as everyone knows,
Swine.
what defeats a snake but a mongoose? Is the mongoose to my snake or the snake to my mongoose? I don't know animals.
So, it's the way you want to play.
And he turned into fire, which is stupid. Because fire is very easy to destroy, particularly when I can become a storm. And there it is. The final blow to the evil Mordack. And he is now destroyed. While his brother Mananan is trapped in a bag as a cat and will probably not be set free.
Warning, this cartoon
Yes,
contains
we will
material.
watch the end credit. Sequence, whatever.
Now why won't you work?
Casima.
Oh, Princess Casima. Well, I did it. Mordack is dead.
Dead? Are you sure? Maybe he's only trying to trick you.
He's dead, all right. He turned himself into a fire, and I put him out with rainwater. He'll never bother anyone else ever again. But now I have a bigger problem. I don't know what to do about my family or my castle. I don't know how to turn them back to normal.
After all you've been through, there must be a way.
There's gotta be a better way.
Crispin!
I have the solution to all your problems, Graham.
That worked out nicely.
While you and Cedric were gone, I did some asking around, and I found out that your son, Alexander, had the dubious distinction, if you may, of turning Mordack's brother, Mananan, into a cat some time back. Obviously, this deed angered Mordack, who could do nothing about it, since this particular spell could only be undone by the actual perpetrator, your son. It doesn't take a great genius to figure out that Mordack took your family and castle in revenge to try to persuade Alexander to restore Manannan back to his old self. I did discover, as now I see, that your castle and family were miniaturized and imprisoned inside a glass bottle. I did some research and found the spell for turning everything back to normal. Now watch. Hocus, pocus, aliotus.
I hope the castle doesn't turn full size right here. Hooray!
Valanies, my children, my joy knows no limit.
Oh, Father, I'm so glad you're here.
Valanice. It's a heck of a name. Aw, group hug.
Oh, Princess Cosima, how could I forget you? Come over here.
I might introduce him to Crispin, the guy who just saved them, but that's okay.
Let me introduce you to my family. This is my wife, Queen Valanice, my daughter, Princess Rosella, and my son, Prince Alexander, who started this whole mess. All of you, this is Princess Cosima from the land of the Green Isle. Without her, none of us would be standing here now.
Sounds like he was
Brave
blaming his
saved
son.
my life.
My lady, I am deeply in your debt, and I will make it up to you. With your permission, I'd like to travel to the land of the Green Isles to see you.
All right, now that we've done with all the formalities, let's get on with business, shall we? Higgledy, piggledy, pooh! Be assured that your castle is right back where it belongs, and the right size too. But now it's time that everyone return to their homes, with my help, of course. Alakazam, Alakazoo, Alakaz.
Wait, what about Cedric?
Hey, there you go.
Where is Cedric?
Over there. Mordack may have killed him. Is there anything you can do about it?
Let me think. Ah, yes. I think I know. Abracabara? No, abracadora? Now what is that confounded word? Oh, yes! Abracadabra!
A lot of silliness for what should be in a very deep moving moment.
Cedric, it sure is good to see you again.
Oh, likewise, I'm sure.
All right, enough is enough. Let's get on with it. Okay, Cosima, let's send you home first. Wasn't that the land of the Green Isle?
Yes, that's right. I can't wait to see my parents again. Goodbye, Alexander.
Ooh.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
You
That's
can
some
be
bad
sure of
news
that,
for you,
lady.
Cosima.
Before you send us all home, Crispin, I just want to thank you for all your help. And you too, Cedric. I wouldn't be standing here with my family without you two. I'm deeply, deeply grateful.
All in a day's work, my boy. All in a day's work, right, Cedric?
Right, Crispin?
I'm not certain that
Okay,
Cedric ever
back
did
home
anything.
you go. Alakazam. Alakazoo. Alakazee.
Hey.
Well, there she is, our happy home. And we're all safe and sound once more. Let's go home, shall we?
Yes, let's.
I've never really thought about it before. This is actually a very interesting game in the series because it is the only one where there's not a major change in the status quo of the kingdom from the start to the end of the game. The first game, well, maybe I'll, just in case you never watch without knowing, but there's always a major change that occurs. Except for this one. Really, you're just restoring things and setting things up for Game 6, where there's another major change, but nothing in this game. Interesting. Alright, so like usual, I'll hang out for the credits, and then end the video when the credits end, but other than that, that will be the end of our current adventure here with King's Quest. I intend to do King's Quests 1 through 4 before I do anything with 6 or 7. In particular in 6, there's just a particular scene where there's some joke throwbacks to all the old games, so I think it is worthwhile to have those done beforehand so you can really appreciate the jokes. But that'll all take a long while before it's all done. So I have no idea when it would actually be done, but eventually. One of these days. Ah, the singing ants. Alright, I think that's just about it. So, we'll see ya. Have a wonderful day. Bye.